Hello, Life Genius India community, and welcome to our second Genius class. Monsoon season is finally here, and while we're very grateful to get a break from the sun beating down on us, our clothes might feel otherwise. In today's Genius class, we'll be diving into fabric care throughout the season so that your clothes can always look like you just took the tags off. And who better to take us through it than one of the OG players in the game? From being one of the first fashion content creators in the country to representing India at global events like Paris Fashion Week and collaborating with luxury brands, she set the stage and opened doors. Please welcome our guest for the second Genius class, Mithali Sagar from House of Misu.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Thank you so much for having me.
Lovely to have you. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
All right. So, since we're in Mumbai, how is the weather treating you?
It's wet. As you can see, it's been a very rainy 2 weeks. And as much as I love the rain, my clothing does not. But yeah, it's been nice.
So, since we're diving straight in, you've always known that you wanted to get into fashion. In fact, you said that you knew that from an early age.
I did.
So, what were your earliest memories with fabrics, with textiles, with clothes, with fashion in general?
Not to sound very typical, but my earliest memories of fashion were obviously from my mother. Because I would watch her get dressed, I would dig through her makeup, her accessories, I'd see her put on her beautiful saris and kurtas and things and just be in awe of her. I was mesmerized by the entire process of it, So yeah, it would be my mom. And when I could sneak on the television and watch some fashion TV, if you remember, from back in the day. It was mostly just very scantily clad models. But yeah, those are my earliest memories.
With that said, let's dive straight into our episode. So Mithali, one last question. What are you hoping that people will take from this particular class?
I think what's important to me is that we learn to love the pieces that we sort of invest in. Because not only has someone made that with a lot of love, especially if you buy something that's designer piece that's been created, someone has stitched it, someone has dyed it, someone has cut it. So look after it, show it some love, show it some respect. And the more you do that, the less you actually have to rebuy. And that in itself is a great thing for the environment.
Lovely. And before we dive into the rest of the episode, please, those of you who are watching, don't forget to like and comment on this broadcast. Don't forget to send in your questions. We'll try and answer as many of those as possible. And stay tuned to know more about fabric care throughout the seasons with Mithali Sagar over here, of course. And on that note, do not forget to join the Life Genius India community on Facebook and become part of a thriving community which talks about home care, fashion, cooking, fabric care, and more.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Also, our members can avail a very special LG promotion right now and get a free mini refrigerator on the purchase of these products, including the wash tower. Hurry, this special promotion is available for LG members only till August 12th. So sign up now. And by joining the LG website, you'll be able to take advantage of discounts, upcoming deals, promos, coupons, and a lot more.
And with that, everyone, let's go take a closer look at Mithali's personal style and fabric care philosophies. All right, we can't have Mithali on the show and not discuss fashion. After all, how often do you get to pick the brains of one of India's top fashion content creators? So on that note, if I were to say, throw a couple of situations at you and ask you what your go-to looks are, the ones that you fall back on no matter what, right? So for example, say you have to go on a date or you're dressing up for the night. What would you pick from the selection that's behind you?
Okay, so for me, a date night look, I have to be comfortable, but I obviously also have to look great. So I tend to usually go for dresses because you can eat, then it's not like pants, which start to feel a bit tight after a meal. So one of my favorite looks is this dress right here. As you can see, it's got this very slinky sort of fabric, but it's still got a bit of shape and structure. I love this ruching detail. It's very it's very complementary to the female body, and it's in my favorite color, purple. Plus, the best thing is that even though it's a beautiful designer piece, you can wash it at home with no problem. I get home from a date and I fling it into my wash tower and I'm good to go.
Lovely. And on that note, we've started to get a lot of questions from our audience as well. So as we go, I'm just going to pick some questions and throw them at you.
Yeah.
So our first question, and I'm going to read it from the screen right here. Great one. Since we're in India, we spend most of the year battling humidity and heat. Of course, we're in Mumbai right now. So, and fabric like cotton and linen are very prone to shrinking, right? So, what are some tips that you have to take care of cotton and linen?
I think the most important thing to keep in mind is the temperature of the water that you're washing your clothes in. So if you make sure that you always use warm water, never very hot, then I think you're fine.
So before we go on to the next question, I'm going to throw our second situation at you. So say you're going out for brunch with the girls. What's your go-to outfit then?
So when I go for brunch, I obviously want to look cute. And one of my favorite pieces to wear for brunch is this. I just got it, so I'm very excited about it. It's this very like sort of Saint-Tropez, you know, little shimmery, very lightweight, comfortable pant. Again, it's not very tight around the waist, so like I can eat. And I usually like to pair it with something very girly. So this is the top I like to wear it with. It's got this lovely like lace detailing and it ties at the back. And it's got this sort of corsetry situation happening.
Yeah.
So I think it's very cute.
Yeah, it complements very well.
Yeah, and you can wear these with like heels or flats, put a little bling on it, and you're good to go.
Are you a heels person or a flats person?
Depends. Look, I'm an all person, okay? I like to experiment. I like lots of different things. So, I mean, it just depends on where I'm going, like where the brunch is and what I feel that day.
So, our next question is coming right up. This is something that I want to know as well.
Okay.
How do you store your embellished or ornamental or embroidered clothing? How do you maintain it for special occasions?
Well, that's a good question because I myself learned some lessons recently. I'll tell you what not to ever do though.
Yeah.
Never hang your embellished pieces next to something that's more delicate, like satin, for example.
Guilty.
Because it will catch, and that's what happened to me. So my suggestion would be that you take something embellished and maybe put like tissue over it or something and lay it or like fold it or put it in a garment bag. What I generally do with my Western ones, I put them into garment bags and then I hang them.
I'm throwing our third situation at you. So say you have to dress for a meeting, like it's time to bring your power suit on. What would you wear then?
Okay, so I love power dressing because it's very like you feel really strong.
Yeah.
But I don't like to do it in a very, expected way. So one of the things I like to do is I take my little cropped blazer over here.
Yeah.
I love it. It's very boxy, but it's also very flattering because it hits you right at the waist. And I'll usually pair it with like a more tone-on-tone situation.
Lovely.
So we've got like trousers, we've got the box blazer, and you could put anything under it literally. If you want, you could just wear like a vest like this, or you could put like a fitted shirt and tuck it in. So it doesn't matter. And if you want to go out that night, you get this off and you just put on a cute top with it and you can take this guy out partying.
So like a very seamless day-to-day.
Exactly. Or you can like pin this up, take the top off from inside and wear this like a deep V and still pair it with the pants, put on some heels and like bob
You're good to go.
Yeah.
What are your preferred silhouettes? Like, do you prefer the more like, fitted ones, or do you prefer like loose silhouettes?
I don't think I have a fixed preference of that sort. Of course, if I'm at home and I want to be comfortable, it's got to be like as oversized as humanly possible.
Same.
And yeah, it just depends. I have no fix. Like I also like some loose fits sometimes to be chic, like a boxy blazer and like boxy trousers, and it's very cool.
Right.
And I also like your fitted slinky dresses. So
Right.
I like it all.
So on that note, if you're running errands with a friend, for example, what look would you pick from there?
Ooh, if I'm running errands or just like basically being cash and I still want to look cute, I like to wear like cool pants, because this could take me anywhere really, and I love this. It's like this, it's like these corduroy pants with this beautiful gold detailing that I have. I can wear this formally as well as casually, and I usually put on a comfortable cool pair of pants and like just a t-shirt or something casual like this, just like a top, just basic top, but it still kind of pulls it all together and looks cute. Pair it with sneakers if you want, or flats, or whatever.
No heels for grocery shopping.
No, I would recommend not, but like you do you, boo. I'm not judging.
I'm not a heels person personally, so like this is one of the rare times that I put on heels.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I'm going to take the next question coming in from our audience now. So Oh, a lot of people have vintage pieces, you know, like the ones that were given to them by their moms, like the Banarsi sari. Personally, I have one that I absolutely love and have no idea how to handle. So, what would you suggest for something like that?
So with these kind of pieces, because of course, like, you know, they're very delicate, they've stood the test of time, and you don't want to be the one to damage them.
Yeah.
Do not hang them up. Definitely do not hang them up. Always air them out. And I learned this from my mother, guys. She hounds me every few months. She'll come to my house and she'll be like, open your Indian wear cupboard and air out all your saris. And that's what we do. We literally open out all the saris at least once a year or twice a year, air it out, and then fold it back and put it back into the cupboard. And if there's something that's, you know, a little bit more delicate, a little bit more thread work, then put some tissue paper again.
Right.
And then wrap it, put it into a nice little plastic zippy, and then store it.
So like, it's kind of like jewelry, you know, that you want to keep it and you want to expose it, but like not too much.
Yes. Yeah. Keep it out of the sun. Definitely keep it out of the sun. That will damage it.
All right, next question. For those of us who love wearing coats or overcoats, how do we maintain them for daily use? Like, we don't want to wash them too often as well.
Yeah, you don't. Whenever I wear it, and if they get a bit damp, like if there's a bit of a drizzle, if you go, for example, if you're in London, you know there's going to be a wet winter. You know.
Is there any other weather in London?
Exactly. So you'd like to air it out.
Yeah.
You know, before you pack it up again, you air it out. You look for stains. If you have stains, you can use like a damp cloth or something to wipe them down, or a little bit of stain remover to clean it up. And just keep it again, like you pack it nicely, you air it out once in a while, and you place it in a cool, dry place.
Transitional weather is something that we all struggle with, you know, like it's cool in the morning, it's hot in the afternoon, it's cool in the night again. So what would you suggest?
I think that's Delhi. That's not Bombay. It's just hot. But
Bombay is like one constant.
It's just
weather.
one constant.
Yeah. But let's like include all the other factions of India as
and
well.
plus, when I travel, I get that. I get that problem. So one of my tips would be to have fabric that's a little bit thicker. So this is one of my favorite pieces that I got. It's a twin set.
Lovely.
Yeah. And I like to wear this together. It buttons up completely. So if it's really cold, then you can just sort of like button it. Or you can leave it open, like an open jacket. And sometimes if it gets very chilly, I'll put stockings on underneath this with boots. And it's such a cute look. Black stockings, black boots, the skirt, the jacket with like a black polo neck inside. Put on a hat, you're cute.
I don't know if you watch Gossip Girl, but it's giving
Blair Waldorf. Exactly. She's my inspiration for this.
Oh,
yeah,
lovely.
it is very Blair Waldorf, and she knew what she was doing. So
yeah, I mean, is there anyone who hasn't at one point been inspired by Blair Waldorf?
Yeah, I agree.
So, we're gonna take last two questions that we have coming up. What are some evergreen tips for fabric care that you always swear by?
So very simple, honestly, is either you wash your clothes with cold water or warm water. You know, hot water, reserve that for when you've literally like rolled in the mud and come home, you know, like otherwise just avoid very, very hot water. And I would also say, like, keep your clothes as dry and damp air free. So get one of those little dehumidifiers for your cupboard and just put it in. I've seen people just like sort of hanging it like on a hanger on the rack, and it works beautifully. Also, I like to, like, because of the monsoon, I like to get these little like fragrance pads that you can hang in your cupboard. It looks like soap, honestly. It's like a little bar of soap.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just like gives a nice little light scent so that humid, wet smell doesn't infiltrate your clothes.
Oh, I don't like that smell at all. Yeah, it's like potpourri for the for the clothes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So, our last question is actually about this. Any monsoon specific fabric care tips that you want to share? I know we've already covered
just avoid moisture, guys. Moisture is not a friend to your clothes.
Right.
You know, it weakens the garments, the threads, all of that. It discolors your clothes. In the monsoon, you find that more color bleeds and things like that. So just be mindful about the temperatures that you're using. Don't leave your clothes damp if you've come home from the rain. Things like that, and especially if you're wearing something fancy, if you get like, you may not even realize that you've got like a splatter on a fancy outfit. So just wash your clothes, even if you just worn it once.
We know a lot about your fashion now, but I think it's time to switch things up and make them a little more interesting. And play a game of Would You Rather.
Okay, this could get very naughty. Okay.
No, you don't have to be scared of it yet. All right, we are back. with our game of Would You Rather. No need to be scared, like I said, yet. So, would you rather never have a good hair day or have a bad haircut but always have good hair days?
Bad haircut, always good hair day because my hair will grow back.
That is, yeah, I should have thought more about that. All right. Would you rather unpack right after you get back from a vacation, or would you rather delay unpacking by like 4 to 7 business days, which is what I do?
No, I think I would get anxiety if I did that. I would need to unpack like immediately, even if I get back in the middle of the night, because I just want to throw all the dirty stuff for a wash. I can't stand leaving it all out. So yeah, I would come home, I would unpack, throw things into my wash tower, and sleep peacefully.
Yeah, I would like to know how it is to live like that. Hopefully, I get there soon. Yeah, all right. Would you rather deal with sweaty clothes or deal with mildewing clothes?
I think sweaty clothes because they're easier to clean, and mildew scares me because I don't know, is it like dangerous or something? I don't know.
Yeah, same. I'm
Scares
not
me.
sure exactly. Would you rather dress like Princess Diana in her revenge dress era, or would you dress like her in her sweater, sweatshirt, gym shorts era?
Oh goodness. I think like her sweater, sweatshirt, gym shorts era, because it was so chic the way she did it.
Exactly.
That's a skill, man. Like with her like knee-length, bicycling shorts and that
Yeah.
oversized sweater. She looked so chic.
Yeah, and she kind of like started that whole trend.
She did.
Yeah,
She did.
Like it was streetwear before streetwear was
Exactly.
like hip.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think it's still very relevant,
Would you carry a micro bag, one of those tiny little things, or like a huge bag?
So I think now the trend is shifting towards oversized bags. You can see even like all the Birkins are getting bigger and bigger, which people are coveting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'd go oversized.
What do you even fit in like a micro bag?
Nothing. I have one, so I can tell you, one lip gloss.
That's it?
That's it.
Somebody said that there's like a card that you could fit in, but that's what it.
Not in mine.
Oh, right. So no micro bags for Mitali. We were established.
No, I'll accept the micro bags.
Yeah.
If you're giving me, please do. If
like-
you're saying would you rather, then I pick those.
Like, for the sake of convenience, let's
Yeah.
go with a
The
huge
oversized,
bag. Yeah, all right. Would you rather always have an on-point OOTD, but mid-red carpet looks? Or would you rather have mid-outfits of the day, but like an on-point red carpet look?
I think I'd have to have an on-point red carpet look, because there's so many eyeballs on you on a red
Yeah.
carpet that if you don't deliver there, that could like ruin your reputation.
Exactly.
So if it's like a passable everyday look, I think that's fine. But like slay on the carpet.
Right. What has been like your memorable red carpet look? Like one of the looks that you remember that you felt really good in?
Oh, there's so many. So many. But like usually if I ever wear Falguni and Shane, I just feel like the queen of the world. So whenever I've worn FSP, basically.
It's so like elaborate, it's like art. Right?
Shane and Falguni are geniuses, and that's it.
Oh, lovely. Would you rather start your laundry and forget about it, or would you rather put something on the stove and forget about it?
Oh, definitely the laundry, because it's okay if you put your laundry in the wash tower and forget about it, because the timer will go off and you're fine.
Yeah.
But if I forget about the stove, I'm setting my house on fire. So no.
I've done, as a person who's done the latter. Like,
Oh my
forgotten about
God.
things, I agree. Yeah. It only takes an hour in the wash tower, so like I can nap, but
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Lovely. All right, everyone, that brings us to the end of this segment.
Also, remember to join the Life Genius India community so you can take part in some really exciting contests and win yourself a washer dryer combo from LG, so you can take care of your clothes with the best.
What's more, you'll get access to an exclusive 10% LG discount coupon, more exciting classes, product giveaways, deals, and so much more. So click on the links in the pinned chat to join both the Life Genius India community on Facebook and the LG website. Stay tuned for our next segment where we explore fabric care with the sleek LG Wash Tower. With AIDD technology that detects fabrics and customizes your laundry settings, you can give laundry days the upgrade of a lifetime. Speaking of fabric care, Mitali, you're an expert in the world of fabrics, textiles, clothes, and everything in between. So you know better than anyone that there's a lot of misconceptions around how to take care of your clothes and what to do when it comes to fabric care. So we thought we'd take this chance to clear the air a little bit and play a game of fact or fiction. So how this works is that I will say a statement and you tell me whether it's fact or fiction. Let's begin.
Okay.
All right, our first statement: washer dryers take too long.
Absolute fiction, because in the LG wash tower, I can do my complete wash and dry in just 1 hour and I'm done. It's very, very good.
Right. And on that note, yeah, you want to do the dryer?
Ta-da! And let's see the dryer.
Yep, it's on. All right, our next statement: sun drying your clothes is always the best option.
No, fiction. Because when we live in an urban jungle, there's just too many elements that then we're slave to. Like if it's raining, if it's humid, if it's very polluted that day, then it can actually do more harm to your clothes than good. So I personally just like to run my clothes through the LG wash tower, and it's perfect. It dries my clothes, it looks after my clothes, and it's just the best thing.
Right. All right, our next statement: hand washing is the best way to get clean clothes.
That's such a forefathers kind of way of thinking, right? But absolute fiction, because firstly, we don't really have that arm strength anymore to sit and hand wash our clothes.
Yeah.
Plus, it's really hard to get your clothes perfectly clean with just hand washing. You could leave a bit of detergent, you could miss a spot, like it's not the most convenient. Plus, who has the time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like we're all super busy, like you don't have the time. You'd rather just put your clothes into the LG wash tower. It just takes 1 hour and your clothes come out perfectly clean.
Lovely. And our next statement: your washer dryer can be placed inside the house.
That is fact, because firstly, look how beautiful this thing is. Who wouldn't want this placed inside their house, right? Secondly, I feel like people worry about like ventilation and things, and that's not true. There's really no such thing. This does no harm. You just need to put it somewhere where you have like water supply and you're golden.
Lovely. So, I mean, I agree. Look at this. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
What a complimentary color as well.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, our next statement: more detergent equals cleaner clothes.
No, that's absolutely fiction. I know a lot of people think so, but that's not true.
Yeah,
In
you would
fact-
think it's fact.
I know, right? No. In fact, it's like the friction inside the machine that does most of the cleaning, and the detergent is there to like help it along. So you should put an appropriate amount of detergent, and too much can actually do a bit of damage.
And in fact, one of the best things about the wash tower is that it has a nifty little feature that detects exactly the kind of fabric that you have in your washer, and it can set the dryer settings accordingly. So you never have to worry about what kind of clothes you put in there, because the dryer has got your back.
That's genius. It's like your best friend.
Exactly. You don't have to worry a lot about doing laundry anymore. All right, that brings us to the end of this section, Mitali. Thank you so much for, dispelling all of our misconceptions about fabric care. And I'm sure our audience has enjoyed it as well. But stay tuned, because we are moving on to perhaps one of the most important parts of fabric care, which is how do we exactly store and organize all of our clothes? Because washing is just one part of it.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, in order to take care of them, we need to learn how to store all of our clothes properly. So stay tuned as we dive deeper into fabric care with Mitali over here.
And once again, our members can avail a very special promotion right now and win a mini refrigerator on the purchase of any of these products, including the LG wash tower. So hurry up, because this promotion is going to be available for all LG website members only till August 12th.
And by joining the LG website, you'll be able to take advantage of upcoming deals, free delivery, discount coupons, and more. Thanks for staying tuned in, everyone. We are almost to the end of this broadcast. But before we go anywhere, we are diving into our next section with Mitali. It's time for spring clean. If you had to look at this wardrobe, what would you sort of recommend here for people to do?
So it's really good that we're utilizing the whole vertical space. We've got this top shelf for certain things. We've got a nice high rod, and we've also got space here to stack or keep things. What I really like to do is I like to keep my things that I don't really need very often on a higher
So
ledge.
here, somewhere.
Exactly. So up here is where I put like my garment bags with my delicate things.
Right.
So they can breathe. Yeah, exactly.
Something like this.
Yes. So this would go up there.
Right.
And I also stack clothes up there, which I don't need, so I don't have to reach out to them too often. And my daily wear clothes come on the rack and I rotate it. So it's like a seasonal rotation. So now we're in the monsoon season. So I'll have my clothes that are more monsoon friendly hung up, and the other things might be in a drawer or might be in a storage bag somewhere.
You want me to keep this up
there?
there?
Please do.
Yeah,
please do.
sure.
Go ahead.
And there it goes. All right. And we also have a lot of these baskets over here. So what would you recommend people put in a basket like this? Maybe something...
So your innerwear, like small things, I would suggest like socks, innerwear, swimsuits. You could even put like your little t-shirts and vests and things folded up, just small items that you might need often.
Right.
That's a really good place to put them.
Right. Would you recommend storing something like, linen over here?
Not really. I think these could again be folded up and stacked maybe on a shelf like this.
Right. So something like your daily wear.
Correct. I also actually have a basket at home which I filled with all my belts. So I do have a lot of belts.
So accessories.
Yes, you can also use a basket like this for like your belts or your ties. Actually, ties you should hang. Belts is good.
And here we have something that is embellished, embroidered, and of course, very sort of,
it's raw silk, isn't it?
Raw silk fabric.
Yes.
So what about something like this? I mean, it's clearly something precious.
I wouldn't hang this. I would put this, wrap it in tissue and put it into one of these breathable bags and store it somewhere, because you're not going to wear this very often.
Yeah. So what are some things that you would change over here in this particular setup?
I think you could really use like your doors as well. If you put a rod up here, you could hang stuff. I would get like dividers for my drawers as well, because that's very useful, especially if you want to put like your jewelry and things. You can actually make like these little trays in the drawers and put your jewelry pieces or watches and things inside the drawers as well. So that's it for me today about spring cleaning. You guys should also remember to join the Life Genius India community today, so you can participate in a very exciting activity around the second Genius class. And the winner will get an LG washer dryer combo, so they can take care of their clothes with the best.
What's more, you'll also get access to an exclusive 10% LG discount coupon, more exciting information about upcoming Genius classes, tips and tricks and product giveaways, discounts, deals, and more. So click on the links in the pinned chat to join the Life Genius India Facebook community today, as well as the LG website. All right, we're just about reaching the end of our Genius class here. But before we let you go, Mitali, we have a couple of questions from our Life Genius India community that we'd invited before the broadcast. So we're just going to throw them your way and have your take on it. The first question, I have heard that washing clothes in the dryer damages your clothes. Is that true?
Absolutely not. And especially if you have the LG wash tower, because it has this amazing AI direct drive technology, which basically detects the fabric weight and fabric type and then sets the cycle for you, which is amazing because it gives your clothes more protection. So you can wash your clothes over and over again without really stressing about it.
Lovely. And let's move on to the second question. I have allergies. Is it okay for me to use a dryer at home?
Oh yes, I have allergies too, and the steam cycle in your LG wash tower allows you to wash your clothes and not worry about allergies. Because yes, I know, they can be very painful.
I concur. All right. What's been your best Fashion Week memory?
Oh, I have so many, but I guess I'd have to go with my very, very, very first Fashion Week ever, which was Paris Fashion Week, where I went with Sumaya, and no one had ever been before from India to that capacity. And we had gone with a makeup brand, and we got to be backstage, and I met Giambattista Valli, and I saw Hailey Bieber, who looked incredible, by the way. And of course, I saw all the beautiful clothes firsthand.
Lovely.
Clothes.
I imagine it must have been so surreal.
Oh my God. It was a dream come true.
Lovely. All right. Are you a cat person or a dog person?
I am obviously a dog person, okay? Come on. This is a dog person. But Sumaya is a cat person, so we kind of balance each other out, you know?
It's really interesting. I've always seen dog people and cat people be best friends.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Black cat and
like
golden retriever.
Although my dog's black and Sumaya's cat is more on like the grey golden side, so...
So that the
Flipped.
color's a little off, but we're fine there. All right, that's all the questions we had for you, Mithali. And with that, we have come to the end of our second Genius class. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in today, who sent in their questions. Thank you so much for showing so much love to this broadcast. And Mithali, I hope you had a good time as well.
I did. I had a great time. I learned a lot. And yeah, I had a great time hanging out with you.
Thank you so much. And thank you for taking time out of your day for coming here and showing us all that you know about fabric care, which I know is a lot. And to all of you watching online, please join the Life Genius India community on Facebook to get more information about our upcoming Genius classes, or just getting information about fabric care, home care, cooking, and the like. See you next time.